CMPRadio.net. It's the station.
Small city, big dreams, big dreams. Nothing's ever as big as it seems, so dream on. Small city, big dreams, big dreams. Nothing's ever as big as it seems, so keep going. You only get one life to live. You only get one life, one life. You only get one life to live. You only get one life, one life. The burger's back, the burger's back. You might have never heard of that. Harrisburg's finest, 717, shout out to my birthplace. Experience life scenarios, the worst case. Homicides, broken homes, drug addiction. This is where we come from, these are our conditions. For the way I'm living, man, what's going on? Excuse me, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to CMP Radio, the voice of Chester. What's going on? This is Born Leader. This is Holds the Whole podcast on CMP, cmpradio.net. Make sure you log on, check things out, see what's going on in the city, see what's going on in the world. You know what I mean? Once again, changing minds powerfully. Cultivating mature positivity, number one. That's the first one. Cultivating mature positivity, Chester made product. You know what it is, man. We love the city. Consistently making progress each and every day. You know what I mean? Changing media's perspective and changing minds powerfully. This is who I am. This is who I am and what I do. So listen, this is Holds the Whole podcast, a podcast for the soul, a podcast that is just, that really just talks about, is honest or transparency, talking about the deep things in life, the deep things in the depths of a person, deep things in the depths of truth, in the depths of God, in the depths of purpose. Man, listen, I want my main thing that I want to happen on here. I want you to know that God has a plan for your life. The Lord has a plan for your life that includes your gifts, your talents, your experiences, your uniqueness, and those things that you have dealt with and maybe are still dealing with. He wants you to face them, encounter them, you know what I mean? Encounter him and encounter the things in the soul, talk about it to help somebody else and propel somebody else, right? It's not about, fulfillment. Going from wholes to whole, wholeness is about, fulfillment. And the only thing that can satisfy you is purpose and doing what God has orchestrated and planned for you. And that includes you encountering truth, encountering him, and encountering everything that you went through. And so that's kind of the basis. But anyway, I'm Born Leader, your driver to destiny, your freeway to fulfillment. I want to be a guide. I want to be a guide and a map that could propel you forward. Like I said, to propel you where you need to be, where you can live a satisfied, purposeful life. But anyway, so I'm talking about the shampoo brush this morning. Now, I know what you're thinking. Like, what is that? What is a shampoo? What does a shampoo brush got to do with, holes in the soul and deepness and pain and purpose and power and love? What does the shampoo brush got to do with that? Well, listen, let me start up by saying this before I explain and before I jump into the meaning and what we're talking about today in regards to the shampoo brush. Man, let me say this though. I'm proud, I'm proud of a lot of things. You know what I mean? I'm proud of a lot of things, not because I'm a proud person or not because there's anything in me
personally or humanly speaking, you know what I mean? That's, this or that or talented or gifted. Man, listen, everything that you see, everything that you heard on here, everything from me and of me is not even from me, of me. Right? So that's what I'm saying. That's what I want you to hear from this. Everything that, me being on here right now, me talking to you, from like the words coming out of my mouth, from what I share on here, this has all been, experienced, ordained, appointed, orchestrated by God. So this is none of me, it's all of him. None of me, all of him. You know what I mean? So with that being said, before I forget, when I was here, I think a couple of days ago, on Sunday, when I do my week strong. Matter of fact, I do a weekly preaching too on CMP Radio on Sundays. Sundays at 11. It's called Week Strong. So if you're available, check that out as well. But let's pray. Let's pray before we dive in. Daddy God, I thank you for your power, your wisdom, your glory. You are so majestic. You are so honorable. You are everything. You are everything. You are the beginning and the end, the first and the last, the Alpha, the Omega. You are everything. And you thought the world, you thought us here, you thought the world into existence, and then you spoke and created by the breath of your mouth. My goodness. So we just honor you. We thank you for your grace and for your mercy and for your compassion and your leadership and your guidance throughout our lives. You have loved us with an everlasting love, and therefore you have drawn us with bands of love. You've drawn us with bands of love. And we thank you for drawing us. We thank you for making yourself known to us so that we may know ourselves and know who we are and what we're here to do. So I thank you for identity. I thank you for purpose. I thank you for clarity. I thank you for all the gifts and talents that you have blessed us and bestowed on us even early on. Lord, you are wonderful. You are graceful. Be with us throughout this day, throughout this day, but bless this time and bless this podcast for your glory. All for your glory, for your will, and your way. Everything is always asked and prayed and said and commented on in Jesus' name. Amen. Amen. So listen, the shampoo brush. The shampoo brush. Now listen. Oh, here it is. I bought it with me today though too. I'm not sure if you can see it. You know what I mean? You probably can. But this is a shampoo brush. Now, the purpose for this and what I'm talking about today. Oh yeah, I'm sorry. Hold on. I forgot. So what I was going to say first before explaining the shampoo brush, the thing that I'm most proud of, right, is that is like I was in the darkness and now I'm in the light. Okay, I mean, so that's like the basic thing that I want you to understand about me and what you're saying. I was in the dark and now I'm in the light. Okay, so when I was in the darkness, I had no idea who I was, right? No idea who I was. I was struggling with who I was. I was struggling with potential. I was struggling with my, purpose and how and what I was here to do, like what I was created for, right? I mean, I was lost. So I was lost in that. I was lost in my identity. I was lost in purpose. I was lost in why I was here, the reason for me being here. I wanted to know the reason why I was here. You know what I'm saying? Who I was, I'm like, what am I doing here? And so, I was hungry. I was hungry for that, which in the sense of the name of the show, Holes to Hole, the holes in that example is me being void, or feeling a void in my life, or a void in my heart, or a void in my soul, right? So those are the holes, right? I had holes in my soul. I was void, and I was hungry. And what I was hungry for, I was hungry for to find out, who I was. I was hungry to find out my purpose in life. I was ready for that. I'm like, yo, I need this. I want this. I'm ready for this. What's going on? And then so when I didn't get the answer right away, what I ended up doing was, going out to try to find the answer myself, right? So that's basically what happened to me and what I did. So I was hungry. I was ready to figure out life, figure out who I was, figure out my purpose. I was like, yo, I'm done. I'm like, yo, I'm done with whatever I thought. I'm done with this. I want to know this so I can walk in it. Okay, so that was the good part about it. The bad part about it was I was impatient. You know what I mean? Like, something that we all as humans, right? Something as humans that we all deal with. We all we all can be impatient. We all want it now. You know what I'm saying? Like, we just, we want it now. Whenever we want something, we want it now. You know what I mean? I don't want to wait. So in a sense, what happened to me was, that was what was going on. I wanted it now. I didn't wait. And so what ended up happening was I launched out on kind of like my own journey to find my identity and purpose. So I wanted that, went on a journey looking for it. What ended up happening was I didn't find it. I didn't find it. I tried different things to end up like that. I didn't find it, and then fell on my face, failure, to the point of like major depression. And then once I was in that place, that's when, when I gave up, when I was depressed, when I was hopeless, when I gave up on myself, when I gave up on trying to, this is a powerful thing I'm about to say. Listen. Once I gave up on identity and purpose, trying to figure out that answer myself, I was like, okay, I went on a journey. I tried to figure it out. I didn't figure it out. I'm done. This is too much. I'm tired of failing at this. And once I was at that place, the Lord told me and showed me and revealed my identity and purpose. I mean, hey, that's how he works sometimes. That's how he works sometimes for certain people. You know what I mean? So anyway, I was done, and then he started. You know what I mean? Which is a powerful thing, because I feel like a lot of people, most people, or a lot of people in life, it's like they're struggling with different things. They're struggling with different things. They're trying to figure out different things. They want different things, right? But they don't want to wait. They don't want to wait. And it's like, they want to keep trying. You know what I mean? You don't want to wait, and you want to keep trying this. So you try this path, and you try this choice. You try this man. You try this woman. You try this vice, you try this, way, you try this vehicle, right? And you end up trying all these different vehicles, or people, or things, or places, or whatever, or money. You try all these different vehicles, looking for who you are, looking for the wholeness, the WHOLE. So you try all this vehicles looking for identity and purpose, that just winds up leaving you heartbroken. But it's okay. It's okay, because I've come to learn, right? I've come to learn that even though you or us trying these things can leave us, we can fail at it, or it can result in a heartbreak, That's the plan of God, right? That's the plan of God. God will allow you, right? God will allow and permit for you to like fail. God allows and permits for you to go on your own way, fail at it, get brokenhearted, and then once you're done trying in this vehicle, in this way, in this journey, he's, once you're done, he's like, okay, now they're ready now. God is like, listen, go ahead, do it yourself, go ahead. And then once you bump your head a lot of times, or a couple times, a lot of times for most people, once you bump your head, it's like, okay, now you ready to learn some things. So it's all basically to bring you to a point, or bring you to an end of you, to an end of you trying to greater knowledge also. Now listen to this. Check this out, right? Why does God allow all this stuff? To bring you to the end of you, right? Now, here's why. Because once you get to the end of you, once you sacrifice and kill your will and kill your desires of trying to figure out your identity and purpose, once that's done, all you care about at that point is like, yo, you know what? I tried it my way. My way don't work. So guess what? I only want to do it his way. You know what I'm saying? Whew, my goodness, that's good. So I only want to do it his way, right? So once God gives you the insight on who you are and what you're here to do, you're like, okay, you get the insight, or you get the information or the revelation. This is who I am. This is my fulfillment. This is my wholeness. This is his will for me. This is his plan for me, right? So once you get that, it's like, yo, you're so sold out at that point to him and just doing his will. You don't care about even doing what you want to do anymore. He's brought you to the point of utter desolation, right? Of utter just, I quit trying to do it my way. That's great. That's exactly where he wants you. Because then he comes in, and then you're just all about him. You're all about what he wants. You're all about his glory. You're all about his love. You're all about his grace. You're all about his way. You're just all concerned. Your chief concern is living for him. And that's exactly where he wants you at. Where he wants you at. So it's all according to plan. That's basically what I'm saying. But now, and saying all that, that was actually not necessarily the topic for today. So back to the why do I keep forgetting what I want to say before going into the shampoo brush? Anyway, so listen, the topic is shampoo brush, but I want to say before that, real quick, because I keep on forgetting it for some reason. The thing that I'm most proud of, y'all, right? The thing that I'm most proud of is, like I said, I was in the dark, now I'm in the light. Okay. So the thing that I'm most proud of is like the ability to see, right? Like the ability to see, know, to see and understand and know and visualize lessons in life. Even the smallest, minute things of life, I can see great. Woo! Listen. I can see big lessons in small details. Man, come on, man. Listen, if you can't see great lessons in the little minutia of life, you ain't ready yet. You gotta be able to see big, huge, great lessons in the small details. Oh man. Woo! Y'all got me started already. Y'all got me. Oh, man. So listen. I can see, I can visualize, I can see great big lessons in small, minute things. Even so much as a shampoo brush. Oh my goodness. So listen. So today I'm going to be sharing with you, right? A great lesson in a small shampoo brush. Oh my goodness, man. And listen. And that's the thing that I'm most proud of. That's the thing. Listen, this is why you want to know who you are, and this is why you want to walk in your purpose, because you can see greatness in small things, right? You can see greatness in the pain, right? Your perspective. Oh my goodness. Purpose is about perspective. Wholeness is about perspective. Peace is about oh my goodness. Peace is about perspective. You know what I mean? Grace is about perspective. Oh man. Listen, so when you listen, when you walking with God, right? Oh my goodness. When you walking with God and when you walking in purpose, your perspective is changed. My goodness. So it's not the fact that you still don't deal with things sometimes or go through things sometimes. We all human, right? We all human and we still live in a fallen world. So you going to go through some things, my goodness. But the thing about being at peace or being in purpose or walking in wholeness, right? Is that your perspective is changed. You still go through a problem or a circumstance, but your mind, but you visualize it differently. Oh my goodness, man. So listen, don't you want to be able to visualize things differently? Don't you want to see the object lessons? Don't you want to see great big lessons in the small details or the minute details, right? The stuff that other people can't see, the stuff that other people don't know. You know it and you see it. Blessed are you, my goodness. Blessed are you. Listen, if you ain't, oh my goodness. If you ain't walking in your purpose yet, if you don't know who you are yet, it's okay. It's okay. But just know once you get there, know when the Lord brings you there, that you're going to see things nobody else sees. You're going to visualize stuff nobody else can visualize. You're going to have a perspective change. My goodness. Woo. And that's the thing that I'm probably most proud of, right? That's the thing. So it's not like all the glitz and the glamour that, you know what I mean? It's not about like the glitz, the glamour, the this, the that, you know, the blessings, the material things that may come from success. It's not about none of that. I am blessed and I'm happy that I can see greatness or great lessons in small things. So anyway, the shampoo brush. So I was talking, so anyway, my wife told me what this was. Now here's the lesson in this, right? I had no idea what this was at first, right? I had no idea what this was. This was sitting on the table, in the house, right? You know what I mean? So, you know, there's a desk in the house, and you know, there's different papers on top of this desk. Like we use this desk for like papers and just to like sit random things on, right? And so on this desk at the house, this was sitting on there, right? So now, mind you, I would walk past the desk. I would take other things off the desk at the crib. You know what I mean? But I would look at this. I would look at this every time and be like, yo, what is that? Like, what is that? And now, mind you, I didn't put it there either. You know, somebody else had put it there. So I didn't put it there and I had no idea what it was. So every time I would walk past the desk or take something off the desk, I wouldn't even pay no mind. I'm like, I have no idea what this is. It's just on the desk, whatever. You know what I mean? Didn't think nothing of it. Didn't pay no mind. So anyway, now this has been sitting on the desk for a long time though, too. I mean, months. You know what I mean? Like sitting on the desk for months. I'm like, what the heck is this? But I didn't know. I didn't put it there, so I would just walk past it. Today, right? Today, my wife is taking things off the desk, and she's like, baby, you know what this is? I'm like, no. I'm like, no, I seen it sitting there, but I didn't even I seen it, but I didn't pay it no mind. I didn't know what it was, right? She said, babe, it's a shampoo brush. You know what I mean? So when you in the shower, you can really scrub your hair good and really get in there and clean it good. I was like, oh yeah, that's what that is. She was like, yeah. I was like, oh snap. Well, now that I know that, I said, I'm going to be using it all the time. Right? So listen, the lesson is, I had no idea what this was, and because I didn't put it on the desk, and because I didn't know what it was used for, what it was made for, right? Because I didn't know what this was or what it was made for, I didn't use it because I had no knowledge of what it was and what it was designed to do. Oh my goodness, man. But once somebody told me, once I got the knowledge of the identity of this and the purpose and the design of this, I was like, I'm going to be using it all the time now that I know what it's for. Listen, y'all, this shampoo brush is like most of us. This shampoo brush is like you. Many people are going through life and don't know their identity and don't know their design, right? You don't know who you are. You don't know what you've been made for, what you've been created for. You don't know what your purpose is. So listen. So if you don't know that, and the people you encounter don't know that, then how are you ever going to walk into your purpose or walk into your fulfillment or become whole when you have no knowledge of your identity or your design? Listen, once I got the knowledge of this, I'm like, I'm going to put it to use. Before that, I never used it. So listen, to all the ones, to everybody who may be struggling with who they are and what they've been designed and created to do. And you just feel like people keep walking over you or walking past you and not using you and not, you know what I mean? Not putting you to see. Listen. The thing about life is we all want to be not used in a negative sense. Okay, you know what I mean? So not used in a negative sense, but we all want to be put to use. We all want to be meaningful and mean something to other people, right? We all want to be, listen, I don't care who you are. I don't care who you are or how much you may deny it. We all want to be put to use. Because we're all valuable. We're all valuable and we all have meaning and we all have purpose. So if you haven't been put to use in your purpose, then you are just sitting on the side, sitting on the desk like this shampoo brush, collecting dust, right? And not being used for what you were made for. So, you know what I mean? But once you get the knowledge, once somebody tells you, or once somebody inspires you, or once the Lord himself shows up in some form or fashion and tells you, this is who you are, this is why I made you, and this is what I want you to do. Once you know those specific, unique details, you are now put to use, and you are now on your journey to peace and wholeness. This thing was collecting dust because I didn't know its identity. I was collecting dust, and I was going through it. I was going through it not knowing who I was. I was going through it not knowing my purpose. I was sitting on a desk collecting dust. You know what I mean? And so the lesson in this and the power of this is once I knew what this was and I knew its design, I was like, I'm going to be using it for all it's worth. We all want to be used in a positive sense for all we're worth. Come on now. You're worth something. You're worth something. You are valuable. You are unique. You are made in the image of God. You know what I mean? So listen. That's worth a lot. That's worth more than what even a lot of us can even grasp or understand. And the key is we all want to be used to the fullest extent of that worth, right? That's purpose right there. Purpose, listen, purpose is being used in a positive sense to the full extent of who you are and what you're worth. Right? That's purpose right there. That's power. That's revelation. That's love. Right? Being used to the full extent of your value. Oh my goodness. That's wholeness right there. You know what I'm saying? So, and that's the way God wants to use you. But I think most times and most people, I think we use ourselves to some extent. Oh, come on, man. We use ourselves to some extent. You know why? Because it's impossible to know your full extent unless somebody tells you the truth about your full capacity. Oh my gosh. Come on, don't get me started on here. Listen, it's impossible. Listen, it's impossible to know your full capacity in and of yourself. In and of yourself. You know some of your capacity, you know some of your skill, you know some of your capability. You don't know everything about yourself. You gotta be told who you are. Come on now. You know what I'm saying? Your identity has to be revealed. You know what I mean? Because it's impossible for your human mind and human capability to understand and perceive and know the full capacity of who you are. You don't know that about yourself. That's got to be told to you. You know what I mean? But listen, what happens most times is that we're modeled. We're modeled by broken people. Oh my goodness, man. We're modeled by broken people. We're mentored by people who have settled for some extent of themselves. Oh my goodness, that's what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? We're modeled and mentored by broken people who only know a certain percentage of themselves. Therefore, you grow up thinking and doing and acting like a certain percentage of yourself because you don't know the full extent. Man, this is getting good right now. This is getting good right here, y'all. You know what I'm saying? So listen. So a part of what I'm here to do, P, this is getting good right here, man. Hey, P, this is getting good, man. So listen. So a part of what I'm here to do, or not even a part. What I'm here to do is to model a fuller extent of yourself. I'm not saying that I'm perfect, like I know everything in me. You know, I'm still learning some things too. So I'm gonna define it like I'm here to model and to say and to give you a message that will bring you into a more fuller capacity of yourself, right? So you can walk how you supposed to walk. So you can talk how you supposed to talk. So you can, oh my goodness. So you can live how you supposed to live, right? So you can say what you supposed to say. So you can respond how you supposed to respond. So you can react how you supposed to react. Oh man. Woo, man. That's what I'm here to do. That's what I'm here to do. Just give you to model and to give you some details and a message and a message that can bring you into a more fuller percentage of yourself. Whew, that's wholeness. That's wholeness. That's wholeness right there. That's wholeness right there. So that's the lesson. Oh man, that's good. That's good right there. So that's the message of the shampoo brush, right? That's the great lesson in a small thing, right? That's what I'm most proud of, y'all. That's what I'm most proud of. I am most proud of being able to see great lessons in small, minute details or small, minute things. That's the power. That's the power of vision, right? That's the power of vision. That's the power of purpose. You know what I mean? Well, why am I going through this? Why do I live here? You know, why is there so much hurt in the world? Well, yeah, it is. But there's lessons in all that. You know what I mean? There's lessons that you got to be able to see and visualize and know and understand that will propel you, that once you know these lessons, from these experiences, they will propel you into a more fuller extent and capacity and percentage of who you're supposed to be. So that's one side of the lesson today. The other side is this, because I kind of had two lessons, so to speak. What I just shared, man, I could stop right there, to be honest. I can stop right there. But I wanted to share this other thing real quick, and I'm not going to be too much longer, but I want to share this real quick. So the other day, or last week, I was having a conversation with my little sister, and we were talking about something deep. We were talking about something real deep, and just like life and relationships and people, and just like a full conversation and deep conversation. And so anyway, I wrote something down that I want to share on here real quick. And this is kind of like the second thing or the second lesson to what I'm saying for today. So I said, I had a wonderful conversation with my sister. And towards the end of our chat, she said something which reminded me of who I am and what I'm called to do, right? Now, talking about identity and purpose. So she said something in the conversation that reminded me, of who I am and what I'm called to do. I said, it's not that I forgot, but sometimes things or thoughts or lessons, ideas just slip into the subconscious, I suppose. But anyway, we were talking and we got to talking about generational curses, man. Generational curses and strongholds and yokes and bondages and oppression and suppression. We got to talk about that, right? Just generational curses and bondage and strongholds, different things that plague your parents or your grandparents that have been passed down that you faced and that you come across and that you deal with, right? You know what I mean? Like, listen, everything that you deal with in life, everything that you go through, one, it has purpose. But the other thing is it came from somewhere. You know what I'm saying? It came from somewhere or someone. Nothing just happens to you without any origin. My goodness. Listen, nothing happens without an origin. everything, it started somewhere. You know what I mean? This thought started somewhere. This thing started somewhere, or started with a person, and then was passed down through legacy and passed down through generations. Now listen. When we talk about legacy and different things being passed down, listen, most times we'll use that and say that in a positive connotation. You know what I mean? Oh yeah, I'm living for legacy, and I want to pass good things down to my children. Yeah. And that's all a part of it. But I'm saying legacy can also mean, negative things. Negative things get passed down. Negative lessons get passed down, right? Generational curses. I can't talk today for some reason. Curses. Generational curses get passed down. Yokes and strongholds, right? Strongholds listen. And now what a stronghold is. Oh my goodness. A stronghold is when there's a demonic grip over something, right? You know what I mean? Like when no matter what you do, to try to get out of it or break free, it's a grip on that thing. That's a stronghold. You know what I mean? And so, and different things like that get passed down. You know what I mean? Listen, different spirits get passed down through people and through bloodlines. Oh my goodness. So anyway, listen. What I want to say to all that is this. When I was talking about this to my sister, this is what it is. This is who I am and what I'm about, right? I'm about breaking, destroying generational curses, strongholds, and yokes of oppression and bondage. Let's root it out. Let's root that out. That's what I'm about. You know what I mean? This is Holds the Whole podcast. This is Born Leader. This is healing. This is redemption. This is purpose. This is what I'm about. I'm about breaking and destroying strongholds and generational curses. Different things that have been passed down. I'm about breaking that. So listen, I said this. I said, let's root it out. Let's root it out. And then I said, the buck stops here, right? This is where it ends at. This is where it stops at. Listen. Your purpose and your journey to wholeness is, you know what? There ain't gonna be no more generational curses in my family. There ain't gonna be no more evil spirits in my family. We're gonna break this now. This is gonna end with me, right? That's purpose right there. That's wholeness right there. You know what I mean? That's what God calls you to. So I want to say, what is God calling you to? What is God calling you to that it's up to you, and it's your responsibility to break the mold or destroy the mold, destroy the yoke, to cast off the burden, to cast off the fear, right? Listen, the buck stops here, right? The buck stops here. There ain't gonna be no more of this and that. And check this out. And even if it is, right, I'ma spend the rest of my life, you know what I mean? The rest of my life, breaking that, speaking against it, fighting it. We gotta fight. We gotta fight for this. We gotta fight to break these generational curses. We gotta fight to break, these things that are passed down from generation to generation. We gotta fight that. We gotta fight to break that. There ain't gonna be no more of this, right? That is your purpose. So what is God calling you to do? What is God calling you to do to break the mold, right? To set the standard. This is not going to be in my family no more. This is not going to be in my city no more. I'm not going to stand for this. Woo! And that's what I want to end it. end with. I'm sorry. That's what I want to end with. This is what I'm here to do. I'm here to bring you into a more fuller extended capacity of yourself. And I'm here to inspire you and to empower you to break the mold, right? You don't gotta do what your parents modeled. You don't gotta do what he or she did. You don't gotta do what your auntie did. You don't gotta do it that way. Purpose is unique to you. It's all you, and it starts with you, and you are here and sent to destroy yokes and strongholds and bondage that have influenced you and your family your whole life. It's time for that to go. This is Holes to Hole. This is Born Leader. This is CMP Radio, cmpradio.net. Chester City, we love you, the voice of Chester. Log on to cmpradio.net. Download the app, whatever you got to do. We love you. Respect.
Small city, big dreams, big dreams. Nothing's ever as big as it seems, so dream on. Small city, big dreams, big dreams. Nothing's ever as big as it seems, so keep going. You only get one life to live.